This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, a young man was shot and killed in one of the inner city communities of Grand Bahama overnight. The fatal shooting records as the island's second murder for the year. Italia Hall has the details.
Police say the victim, a resident of the Freeport area, was standing in a yard west of Bass Lane when he was approached by someone dressed in dark clothing. The victim was then shot multiple times about the body, and the gunman fled the scene on foot. We then spoke with Superintendent Hilton Cash at the scene.
At around 7:20 p.m. tonight, we got a report of the sound of gunshots in the area of Bass Lane West. Our officers, on their arrival in the area, they discovered the lifeless body of a male in a yard, suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds about the body.
Gun casings could be seen at the crime scene as distraught family members watched EMS personnel arrive and pronounce the victim dead on the scene. The identity of the victim is being withheld until notification of next of kin, and police say at this time they have no suspects that are being held, and they have no idea of a possible motive at this time.
The investigation is still in the initial stages, and we're just making an appeal to members of the public who may have witnessed this incident to come forward with any information that may assist us in the investigation.
This fatal shooting is recorded as the second murder in Grand Bahama for the year. Police are appealing to the general public with any further information. You may contact your nearest police station at 911 or 919. Information will be kept strictly confidential. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Italia Hall.
Police have released the identity of that man who was shot and killed overnight. Police say he is 39-year-old Shavargo Anthony Thompson of Heritage Subdivision. Meanwhile, a police motorcyclist involved in a traffic mishap this morning in the area of Pioneers Way, just in front of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Reports say the officer was struck off his motorcycle and was able to escape injury. Officer in charge of the traffic division, ASP Kenwood Taylor.
Is actively being investigated. The injuries to the officer was very slight. As a matter of fact, he was not hospitalized, and there was no injury, just slight damage to the cycle and the motor vehicle.
Now, ASP Taylor says the traffic division has beefed up its monitoring of the roadways. Yesterday, 74 persons were ticketed for speeding. He has a word of caution for pedestrians as well.
We would like to encourage members of the public to refrain from wearing very dark clothing in early mornings and late nights, and to wear some reflective means so that vehicles, persons that are passing by, would be in a position to see you as you traverse the streets.
57-year-old Oswald Johnson appearing in court today on the charge of indecent assault of an 11-year-old girl. The incident reportedly occurred a few days ago in the Freeport area. Johnson appeared before Magistrate Charlton Smith. He was granted bail in the amount of $3,000 with sureties. He is set to return to court in March for the beginning of a trial. Meantime, 30-year-old Edley Sweeting appearing in court on firearm charges. Sweeting appearing before Magistrate Charlton Smith. He pled not guilty and was allowed bail in the amount of $3,000. He is expected to return to court on March 3rd. And members of the judiciary challenged to execute justice in support of the government's efforts to address illegal immigration in the country. Joan Davis Roll reports.
Brothers and sisters,
it was a clarion call made by the Archdeacon of the Anglican Church, Harry Bain, the leading clergyman, while addressing a special service to mark the opening of the legal year, endorsed the new immigration policy recently implemented by the government.
With the enforcement of our immigration laws, there is a need for those in the legal profession to be, in my view, more vigilant in the administration of these laws. There must be fair and proper administration of laws conforming to the natural law that all persons, irrespective of ethnic origin, gender, possessions, race, or religion, are to be treated equally and without prejudice.
He says the law is for all, whether great or small.
The immigration laws are not, contrary to popular belief, designed to target one particular group of individuals, namely our Haitian brothers and sisters. We must be careful to ensure that all human beings are treated as persons created in the image of God and as such to be treated with dignity. To do justice is to deliver the oppressed, to rescue victims of injustice, to restore that which has gone crooked. And plenty things have gone crooked in this land.
Archdeacon Bain further made this appeal for members of the legal profession to lead the way in promoting social reform and eradicating social degradation.
You are in a very privileged position, and as such, you should be forerunners of social reform. True humility can be seen in the person who looks beyond his or herself and looks to reaching out to help others. You have a voice and a platform that many in this country do not have. You can be the voice for the disenfranchised, the underprivileged, and the downtrodden. Be that voice.
The local clergy says that while he endorses the new immigration policy, fair play and justice must prevail, and that when it comes to human dignity, it must be preserved for all. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Joan Davis-Roll.
The Ministry of Grand Bahama taking time out to recognize the heroes and heroines who have helped to pave the way in the struggle to majority rule. In this report, officials visited the homes of 2 senior citizens in the West who gave an account of what life was like before the attainment of majority rule. Megan Shepard has the story.
Reverend Dr. John T. Roll is one of the men recognized for his contributions during the struggle for majority rule. The popular religious leader shares what it was like growing up in New Providence and says he is grateful that majority rule was achieved.
It was so rough, you couldn't believe it. When I was a young man growing up in Nassau, I went to a restaurant on Bay Street. And when I got there, I was hungry, real hungry. I knocked at the door. When I knocked at the door, lady was a white lady, came to the door. She said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yes, I'm hungry." She asked me a question. "Do you see the color of your skin? Do you see the color of your skin?" And she closed the door. I walked away. It was so hard on us in this country. Before majority rule, it was rough. I mean, dangerous, man. But God was good to us.
Henrietta Frith, 99 years old, has seen the country come a mighty long way. She recalls a time before any major or even minor infrastructure were in place. Women were given the right to vote in 1962, and Frith recalls a time when Warren J. Lavardi was preparing persons in the community for their first elections.
He was here. We was trying to tell him, we were trying to get us straightened out, you know, to tell us what to do and what ain't to do. And there's election coming up, and what we had to say, and where we had to go was him training us. It was him training us.
I see.
What we had to do now, today. What you have to do today, what you have to do, you have to clean up, you have to say this, you have to do this. A man coming around, he going to talk to you all. And when the man come to talk to you around, you straighten down what you have to do.
Roll also noting the strides made in education after majority rule came into effect in 1967.
When Lyndon Pinlin got in power, almost every home in Mangrove, he who wanted to go to school, he made that possible. Many of my sisters was gone away to Salvador, to college, got teachers and so forth. And my wife, as well, her sisters gone away. Every home, if you only learn because you didn't want to learn, you don't go because you didn't want to go. But he was a help to everybody. He opened the door for education for the entire Commonwealth of this country.
Both agree that the country has come a long way and give thanks to God for positive growth over the years. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Megan Shepard.
The Bahama Scouts Association offering condolences on the passing of honorary chairman of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Sir Jack Hayward. A statement issued by the Scouts, Club Scouts, and Scout leaders of Grand Bahama credits Sir Jack for donating the musical instruments for the first Scouts band in Freeport in 1980 and for the first inspection of the band after they had been trained. The release continued that Sir Jack lived up to the last wish and instructions of the founder of the Boy Scout movement, Lord Baden-Powell, to try to leave the world a better place than he found it. The association says Sir Jack certainly made a difference in this regard. Sir Jack passed away a week ago in a Florida hospital at the age of 91. Stay with us. There's more news right after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Auditor General Department here in Freeport has moved to a new location. Having started from very humble beginnings, the office is now located on the second floor of the Siboney Commercial Center Save More building. Portia Barnett, Deputy Auditor General, says she commends staff here in Freeport on a job well done.
The move here means that it is the start of new beginnings. I like new things. How about you? I see new things. You move from that place to the other place to this place. And it just means that we are growing. We are getting better each day. And how about it ought to be? We need to get better each day as we go about doing the work of the government. I'm very, very pleased and I'm very, very happy to see that we have moved and these offices are beautiful, beautiful. Like I said, I like what I see. And I just want to congratulate our Senior Deputy, Mrs. Patton, along with her capable staff for a job well done.
The office was done by Archdeacon Harry Bain before final remarks were brought by Auditor General Terrence Bastian, who expressed how elated he was for the Freeport office and for the help of the Bahamian government for making the move possible.
I think it's a joy to be here and have an opportunity to see this new office space after having to go to the other one from time to time. I just want to say thank you to the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, where they decided to give me some special funds which would allow me to make this happen and allow me to hire a number of people on contracts as we go forward. We hope that you will improve on that.
Customs officials throughout the country gearing up to mark a global observance. During a press conference held at the C.A. Smith Building on the Mall Freeport, members of the International Customs Day Committee outlined a number of events set for this month. Chairperson of the committee, Brenda Ferguson, says with the introduction of VAT and the reduction of some customs duties, officers will take to the streets to mount a major educational campaign.
On January 26th, the flyers that we would be distributing will be updated because every year we have brochures that come out, but it's being updated as we speak to reflect the new rates of duty and the electronic data interchange, where everybody, the outsiders, are also putting on their documents by electronically to the Customs Department system. We are giving out information on that and also the VAT with examples of how you apply it.
Customs Public Relations Officer Michelle Collins-Roll says officers from other private and public agencies will also join in the celebrations to help make it a success.
28th of January, we will make donation to Genesis Academy and begin a mentor program with students. On the 31st, we will hold a family fun day and invite local law enforcement agencies to challenge us in various sports activities. On the 1st of February, we will worship at Life Community Church.
This is National Tourism Week, a time designated to highlight the developments in tourism over the past 50 years. Tonight, Megan Shepard visits the Garden of the Groves, a place that was once a major player in Grand Bahama's tourism product.
When it comes to tourism on Grand Bahama, the Garden of the Groves is synonymous with a must-see attraction. The 12-acre property opened in 1973 as a tribute to Wallace Groves and today still remains a popular attraction. General Manager Marilyn Lang says they're excited for the various partnerships that help to boost their numbers.
We are contracted with mostly Carnival and Norwegian cruise lines to bring in cruise ship passengers to the garden to do their walkabouts. We have mainly at the garden our sightseeing and shopping tour, where they would visit the garden about 2 hours. They have a guided tour for an hour, and then they have another hour on their own. We have about 500 passengers per week at the Garden of the Groves, and we anticipate having a bigger number because that facilitates the cost of operating the garden each week. So we're really looking forward to the increase in numbers. And now that we are in the winter months, as the United States and Canada gets lots of snow and ice, we have more passengers seeking a mild winter experience here on Grand Bahama.
President Erica Gates says they have a growing sector when it comes to the bird watching community. She says they have a tremendous number of migratory birds that visit the park, as well as rare birds that can only be found in the Bahamas.
We have a wonderful relationship with local and visiting birders, and up to date we have actually recorded 92 species in the garden. And it has come to the attention of Cornell University in New York, and they have designated as a hotspot in birding. So thanks to many of our birders locally and visiting who are recording or submitting their observation with Cornell University at eBird, so-called eBird, that is a checklist, an electronic database, we now receive many more customers or birding visitors to Grand Bahama.
Not only does the park offer walking tours, but a variety of mobile tours as well.
We also have the Jeep tours that we operate with our sister company, Grand Bahama Nature Tours, that come here for lunch, and as well as the bike tours and the ATV tours. So anytime a cruise ship comes in, of course, we create a lot of activity here.
The park has been around for over 4 decades, and as the country celebrates National Tourism Week, the park is a staple on Grand Bahama to be appreciated. Megan Shepard, STEDNAS Network News.
Well, officials are calling it Biggie Fest 2015 as a youth explosion is set for the island of Grand Bahama this year. Joan Davis-Roll has that story.
The latest planning session for Biggie Fest 2015 was held recently at Marianne's restaurant, as hundreds of youngsters from throughout the Bahamas and the United States are preparing to converge on this northern island for the mega youth festival. Organizers say plans are progressing well as more delegates have made the island of Grand Bahama a destination of choice. The driving force behind the event, Pastor Clinton Minnis.
We have young people and youth leaders who are coming in from Alabama, New Orleans, Tennessee, Florida, and by extension, the Turks and Caicos Island and Trinidad have already confirmed that they're coming. We have 8 Bahamian islands are confirmed with youth leaders and young people. We went to San Salvador, Meguana. We went to San Salvador, Meguana. We go into Auckland and Crooked Island. They're coming. We're here in Freeport. We expect Freeport to bring up the rear. You know, I can't come to Grand Bahama and looking for the young people in Grand Bahama. You understand? And so we think that this will be a cultural crossover of young people from the island, from the region, and from America.
Pastor Minnis further announced that a local youth leader has signed on to play a vital role in the festival.
Well, we're here to announce our commitment to the young people of Grand Bahama and the economy of Grand Bahama. What we have done so far, we have announced the winner of the logo competition for Biggie Fest, which is slated for April 8th to the 10th. And that's Nakandra Grant from the 8 Mile Rock High School. She got a $300 prize for the winning logo that we're going to use to brand Biggie Fest in our promotion campaign.
Tony Lowe and Darnell Brown collaborating on the theme song for the event and gave us a sneak preview.
The song's name is There's Still Hope. And you know, there have been people within each of our lives who have driven us further in life. And even when we didn't have those people there, we always had God to look to. You know, and so that was the driving force behind this song, inspired by hope, because in this world, as dark as things may seem, there's always hope.
If they're going through something that's like really rough, when they hear the song, the words tell you that don't give up, because inside you, there's like a light burning, and not only like a light of your destiny, but Jesus, the light of the world. He's inside you, and he's going to help you overcome whatever fears and struggles that you may be facing. So there's still hope. Yes. I believe there's nothing I can't be, because you gave me strength to reach my destiny. It starts with hope, faith, knowing the impossible is possible.
Joan Davis Rowe, ZNS Network News.
Believe, oh, there's a light inside.
Stay with us, Ricardo Lightborn, as we check on sports when we return.
Hey everybody, it's Sports Time. I'm Ricardo Lightborn. This one tonight is for my Carifta teammate down there in Inagua, Wilma Colbrook, who says that she can still run the 800 meters. Boy, I love that gumption. Anyhow, the Grand Bahama Gymnastic Academy traveled to New Providence, folks, during the Christmas holiday to compete in the Atlantis Crown. Well, the team came home very excited, and they proved that they are one of the better teams in the country. Let's go to Megan Shepard, who can't flip, but she could talk.
38 gymnasts have returned to Grand Bahama and are proud to announce that they have exceeded last year's performance at the Atlantis Crown. Coach at the Grand Bahama Gymnastics Academy, Diana Wiley, says she is extremely proud of the team for a job well done.
We competed over against 40 different teams with over 550 different gymnasts, and we did an excellent job. We came up with a total of 88 medals, and we placed in all of our categories. We registered 3 different teams, level 1, 2, and 3, and all 3 placed in the top 3. We feel great. Compared to last year, the girls have really improved tremendously. Last year we came up with 1 banner. This year we came up with 3 different banners, and it feels so good. They went over there, they worked hard, they focused, and they came back and did an excellent job.
Wiley says they came home with a number of top place finishers and awards, but there were 3 young ladies who won their overall age categories.
I competed for the first time in level 1. I placed first overall in my age group, and I was nervous, but I still did well. I competed in bars, beam, vault, and floor, and when I got up on the podium, I felt really proud of myself because I worked really hard and it paid off.
I did really good. I got first place overall. I love gymnastics, and I came first overall and first on floor. And I'm the best in my age group. I did well.
What events did you take part in?
I take part in beam, bars, floor, and vault.
And how did you do?
I did very well.
You came first place?
Yes, ma'am.
And how did you feel when they told you you were first place?
I felt good.
Wiley says they are now preparing for their first international competition in April. Megan Shepard, ZNS Total Sports.
Way to go. High school basketball play, folks, in the Derek Nesbitt Obi Wilshcombe League. The St. George's Jaguars over Jack Hayward, 44-43. The 8 Mohawk Blue Jays also defeating Grammar Academy 40-30. Luganda National in the BMA's Wars 43-40, and St. George's Senior Boys down Luganda National 47-21. Sunland 52, Jack Hayward 42, 8 Mohawk Rock in there by BMA's 34-32. Tabernacle High Spring Grammar Academy 50-30. And on the junior side of things, Assistant Mayor Tricia Russell, they had a good one going with Grand Bahama Academy, 25-5. Egmont Rock over St. Paul's, 22-16. Jack Edward Junior Boys over Sunline, 20-19. DMS over St. Paul's, 25-21. Tabernacle over Jack Edward, 27-11. And the Panthers of St. Tricia Russell, they had a good Egmont Rock going, 34-32. Not bad. We'll see how that works out. We can also tell you that the Grand Bahama Basketball Association did also get some games in, 60-32. Amado Hepburn, a 17-point game, and Nehemiah Roll also looked pretty good there as well. And also the Iraq Stars, 52 and 60-52 win as well. They look pretty good in terms of that. Now, get this. The Cycling Cup of Grand Bahama is taking on a Grand Bahama initiative, and that's with the Ministry of Tourism saying, yes, it's a major boost to Grand Bahama. The club is hosting a cycling event to raise some funds for the Operation Christmas Child Operation, which is basically a project by the Samaritan Purse International Relief Organization headed by Franklin Graham. Now, they're going to try to provide gift boxes and educational booklets for children throughout the world, and also it comes at Christmas time or thereafter. They say the event is going to be a pretty good one for cyclists coming from Korea, U.S., Taiwan, Australia. Well, let them tell you.
We need the finances to help to reach the various family islands and reach the children. After an event is set up where the children receive the gifts, then after that they have there's a 12-week discipleship program. So we don't just leave them there. We disciple them into knowing Christ. So we are very, very happy that the Ministry of Tourism is on board and that the Cycling Club sees the importance of us reaching these children for Christ.
Letters and flyers are out to business places. Your assistance and your support is needed in helping Operation Christmas Child, Bahamas team, to reach the children of our nation and to help them become better citizens of this great Bahamas.
Well, Kenton Roca, member of the Grand Bahama Cyclist Club, says he's looking forward to representing the Bahamas and those visitors coming in. Roland Brist is also saying this is a unique partnership.
It's a boost for them as well, and for for the local economy. And we look forward to really making a difference and helping Operation Christmas Child with their goals. And we also look forward to our local vendors as we end in West End. We want to make sure our local vendors get some contribution. And so that's why we don't want to set up any type of food services ourselves, because we want to patronize those vendors down there.
This is the first event of its kind to come as a fundraiser for Operation Christmas Child, and that's no small feat because we are in 127 countries all around the world. The Bahamas is the first to do something like this, so I want to congratulate them, and some of us from headquarters will be here to support the event. There's no place like the Bahamas anywhere in the world.
And as all systems go for February 8th and the 9th, and I have concluded that I shall ride in this thing, and the only reason why I'm riding is because I'm riding only from Boodle Bay to West End. I ain't riding from Freeport. Let's look at sports tonight.